The Roswell saucer and the bodies of its alien occupants were taken to a top-secret Air Force base near Groom Lake, Nevada, known only as Area 51. The Air Force has never confirmed the existence of this base, but it's famous nonetheless. Enthusiasts line distant peaks to catch glimpses of unusual aircraft performing UFO-like maneuvers.
A bright object is being spotted right there, suddenly.
There have been rumors for more than 20 years that the government has acquired either partially destroyed or intact UFOs that have either been captured or given to us through some mechanism. There have been a lot of unusual aeroforms seen, videotaped, photographed in that area that display behavioral characteristics, meaning flight dynamics, which are highly atypical of fixed-wing or rotorcraft, producing high-G maneuvers and sudden shifts in directional attitude that aircraft we know of today cannot duplicate. We don't have any hardware, we don't have any software, we don't have any bodies, so we're left, the question is, it's open for conjecture, speculation, and until something more substantial comes forward, there's not much we can do about it.
Something substantial may have already emerged. In the spring of 1961, Robert Dean saw something unearthly in the sky.
And it was out about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning on the West Range, and we were out there because Republic or one of the aircraft companies was preparing to launch a radio-controlled drone. Just about 7:30, I believe it was, somebody started pointing over a little farther to the west. We all turned our head. We looked over there and we saw an absolutely beautiful, what I remember as a metallic object, 200 yards away, roughly 100 feet above the ground. And it was sitting there, motionless, silent. But it was so streamlined and so aerodynamically shaped and so beautiful, and it was reflecting the morning sun.
The object made no sound. Neither did the men watching.
We were all standing there with our mouths hanging open. The object began to bob a little more, and then all of a sudden it began to move away. And then, at an incredible rate of speed, it rose and flew out of sight. And then, of course, all of us being in the military, either military or civilian, we were sworn to secrecy. Most of us who were present that day assumed we had seen a high-tech U.S. Air Force or Army piece of technology up there. The fact that we were sworn to secrecy, the fact that we were all debriefed thoroughly, I was not to realize until later what we had really seen that morning. It was a UFO.
Because you asked for...
Coming up next on TLC.
The movie screen. Though a commercial success, Close Encounters of the Third Kind didn't get us any closer to the truth. Interest in UFOs actually waned, mainly because of the lack of any evidence. Then, about a decade later, a sky full of evidence fell upon us. In 1987, a Swiss farmer named Billy Mier released dozens of photos he claimed to have taken of UFOs. What's more, Mier claimed dozens of contacts with extraterrestrials. A research team of UFO enthusiasts from the U.S. visited Mier and interviewed him.
A person who came out of the disc.
Person came out?
Yeah. And when the person came out of the left side of the trees there, I have seen that it is a woman.
And you sat here and talked to her?
Yeah, then we was talking here for about 1 hour or 1 hour and a quarter, something like that.
Did she give you a name? What did you call her?
Yeah, she told me her name is Semyase.
Semyase?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this case has become intensely tangled up. For one thing, many people tried to figure out how Billy took the pictures, and so they made models of their own. And they pictures faked or representations of the saucers were put in Billy's hands and were part of his collection. Investigators would come to the farm, find these pictures among the, quote, valid Billy Mier pictures, walk away with them, do the science, find the string, determine that one Billy Mier picture is a hoax, and hence all of Billy Mier's pictures are a hoax. And this logic doesn't necessarily hold. What you're looking for is the one Billy Mier picture that you can prove is not a hoax. But we can tell you that this photo is of a craft as big as Billy said it was, as far away from the camera as Billy said it was, with no apparent means of aerodynamic support, and of a solid object of some material and not a photographic fake.
The same year Mier was shooting his film, a home builder named Ed Walters captured these images over a span of 6 months in the town of Gulf Breeze near Pensacola, Florida. Dr. Bruce Maccabee, an optical physicist formerly with the Office of Naval Intelligence, has analyzed Ed Walters' photographs and videotape.
The most important thing about Ed's July 21st video is the presence of a shadow of the UFO on the trees, the tree line on the other side of Santa Rosa Sound. And you can see when the UFO comes into the field of view from the left-hand side, moves over towards the right, reverses and goes back off to the left. At the same time the UFO is moving, you can see a darkening, a shadow.